Welcome to Hardline, folks. Major Burdock here. It doesn't end. This isn't ending, and it no longer has to do, and it hasn't for a long time, with George Floyd, police brutality, anything like that. Any excuse to destroy public property, to riot, to assault police officers, shoot anyone that disagrees with them is now fair game. And they got a big surprise coming. A lot of people saw the we've got a couple of things that are happening right now. The statue, Christopher Columbus, is being attacked right now. They're trying to pull it down. The police officers who were defending it, some of them appear to be federal officers. Now, I'll get to that in a second. If you take a look at these officers, they're getting assaulted with fireworks, and what the new thing is that apparently they're freezing cans of soda or cans of water to appear to be some sort of, this is coming out of the Antifa handbook. And we'll get into that next week. We're going to go over the Antifa handbook, all these different things that you can put glue in locks. And it's basically kind of a sabotage type of anarchist cookbook. Some of it includes making bombs and chemical bombs out of chlorine. But they're freezing these cans so that it appears that it's innocuous. If anyone searches them, it doesn't appear to be a rock. They can just say that, but it is a weapon. I mean, if you ever got hit in the head with a frozen can of liquid, it's going to cause some damage, and that's what they were throwing hundreds of at the police officers, along with fireworks, shooting fireworks at them. And then, of course, pointing lasers in people's eyes is never, ever a good idea. And they want to tear down the statue of Christopher Columbus. So I think that the last count was at least a dozen officers have been injured. Hopefully none seriously. But here's the thing: there's going to be arrests, and this is going to be significant. You're going to have these people arrested, and here's the difference: when it's a federal crime, when you assault a federal officer, you're going to a federal court, and they're going to be less likely to plea bargain, and they're not guaranteed to give you bail. They're not obliged to give you any sort of bail. So when you get picked up for a federal crime, the whole game changes, including the number of lawyers that are going to be able to adequately defend you. And that's what's going on in Portland. I think everybody's seen this video by now. There's a minivan that pulls up, and these guys come out, and these are federal officers, and they pick a guy up, and we're finding out who it was that they picked up, but they don't do that just for anyone. What happens is that you don't get plea deals. And most of the crimes that they're picking people up for, they're going to be sentenced to, if they go to trial, they're going to be sentenced to 10 years. And if you're trying to destroy a statue, you get 10 years for that, regardless if anyone, that could be in any court. So the ball game has changed by adding federal charges. It's a totally different game, folks. And I pray to God somebody doesn't pull out a gun and start threatening one of these people, because you're going to be shot with an automatic weapon. Bottom line, folks, is try to remember anything that your parents gave you as a child, telling you don't play in the street. If you get in trouble, trust a police officer. All of them are trustworthy people. There's always going to be a few bad people. We need to get rid of those guys and have them go about their job, again, protecting us. What we're talking about right now is a Marxist revolution in the United States of America, and I don't think anyone's going to stand for it. And they don't have the majority. And if this continues, people will die. This is Major James Burdock for Hardline.
Hello everyone and welcome to Hardline. Today I've got something a little different for you. A bit of shameless self-promo and another plug that's not quite as shameful or shameless and not even self-promotional so much. I recently was on the Opperman Report talking about the case of Kai the Hitchhiker. If you're not familiar with that, I did an article for the Inquisitor, massive miscarriage of justice in Kai the Hitchhiker case. I did 3 or 4 stories for the Goldwater.com that you can find there. I've done several interviews you can find on my YouTube channel. Anyways, long story short, this guy was railroaded and accused of murder for fighting off his alleged rapist. Like I said, I was on the Opperman Report this weekend. So please check out the Opperman Report. Check out the story of Kai the Hitchhiker. And do me a favor, share it. Because there's so much ridiculous misinformation about this story. I heard somebody saying, what was it? Oh, I heard that he cut somebody up, and he's a multiple mass murderer, and none of these things are true. And in fact, by New Jersey state law, considering the fact that his alleged rapist was in the commission of the act after he drugged him, he was authorized to use legal force by New Jersey state law. In fact, the main laws that were broken were related to the investigation where they destroyed evidence of the drugged beer bottles by running them in a dishwasher, and the fact that they refused to run a rape kit on Kai, which, by the way, is against New Jersey statute law. They did, of course, run a rape kit on the dead man who had blood and dried semen on his penis. Wonder where that came from. Couldn't have anything to do with the guy that said he was raped by the dude. Anyways, like I said, please check out Kai the Hitchhiker. Like I said, I've got my story at the Inquisitor, massive miscarriage of justice in the Kai the Hitchhiker case. And there are 3, 4, maybe 5 stories at the Goldwater.com. If you go up to the search bar there, you can see that. Check out the story, share the story. Let's dispel some of this disinfo. And that's about all I've got for you guys now. And Godspeed and God bless everyone.